Let's solve question number 7. The question they have asked that analyze the effects of tariff protection. Analyze the effects of tariff protections on domestic industries in India. This is the first question. And the second part of this question, they have asked that evaluate India's trade openness and tariff policy since the 1991 reforms. Okay. So tariff protections refers to measure taken by a government to protect domestic industries from foreign competition by imposing tariffs or taxes on imported goods. Okay, it's clear. So what is tariff protection? So let's define what is tariff protection. So is a measure taken by government to protect its domestic industries from foreign competition by imposing tariffs or taxes on imported goods. Okay. So the effects of tariff protection on domestic industries in India, it can be analyzed as follows. First, you can analyze the positive effect of this tariff protection. So positive effects. Okay. Protection of domestic industries. This is the first positive effect of tariff protection. That means tariff protections can protect domestic industries from being outcompeted by foreign companies, which may result in the loss of jobs and revenue for the domestic economy. So the first positive effect is protection of domestic industries. Second is increase in government revenue. This tariff imposed on imported goods can generate revenue for the government, which can then be used for social welfare programs or infrastructure development. So the positive effect of this tariff protection is that it increase in government revenue. Increase in government revenue. Now we'll discuss about the negative effects of this tariff protection. Okay, so first negative effect will be consumer cost. So tariff protection can lead to an increase in the cost of imported goods, obviously, which can be passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. So eventually the consumer cost rises. So the first negative effect will be consumer cost. Second will be inefficient domestic industries, because tariff protections can lead to domestic industries becoming less efficient as they face less competition, leading to a decline in the productivity and innovation. So it makes the industries inefficient. Uh, Domestic industries. The third point will be the relation from trading partners. So other countries retaliate by imposing their tariffs on Indian goods, making it harder for Indian companies to export their products. So eventually, the relationship between these two countries, these two trade-making countries, it worsen, worsen. So the relation from trading partners, it deteriorates actually. Relation from trading partners. Okay. And another negative effect is India's trade openness and tariff policy since the 1991 reforms. So the second part of the question was that evaluation, we have to evaluate the India's trade openness and tariff policy since the 1991 reforms. So India's trade openness. The next part is India's trade openness and tariff policy since 1991 reforms. Okay. So what were the consequences of this openness or this liberalization? First was the reduction in tariff rates. Obviously, the first after openness or after liberalization, the first effect was reduction in tariff rates. Why? India has gradually reduced its average tariff rate from 85% in 1990 to 7% in 2021. 85% was the tariff rate in 1990 and it decreased to 7% in 2021. So just try to think about it. They have reduced about 78% tariff. Okay. Second consequences of trade openness was reduction in tariff rates. Okay. Sorry. So the second part will be the removal of non-tariff barriers. Because India has gradually reduced its average tariff rates from 85% to 7%. So India has also removed the several non-tariff barriers like import licensing requirements to promote trade. And another point was that after since the liberalization, the bilateral and multilateral trade agreements, bilateral and multilateral trade agreements. So India has entered into several bilateral and multilateral trade agreements, including the World Trade Organization, to promote trade and investment. And it also enabled after liberalization, the SEZ became very much significant. SEZ means the special economic zone. So India has established SEZs, which are areas with special tax and regulatory policies to promote exports and foreign investment. So overall, India's trade openness and tariff policy have become more liberal since the 1991 reforms, leading to increased trade and investment. So, however, India still faces some challenges such as high tariff rate in some sectors, which can limit its competitiveness in the global market. But yet, after liberalization phase, the trade was completely changed, and the trade openness and tariff policy since the 1991 reforms imposed a significant effect on the Indian economy. Thank you. This is the solution of this question.